What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have to cover some breaking news as Fissure, the main tank for the Seoul Dynasty, has decided to retire. This late night news is very sad because we all know how much of a legend Fissure was, both in the Overwatch League and before he even joined it. He was absolutely insane at the game. He's always been a Nutty Winston and Reinhardt, so it's depressing to see him leave. This really does suck. Yet another legend of the Overwatch League has decided to leave us behind. Before I give more thoughts on the matter, I definitely wanted to take a look at the Seoul Dynasty's Twitter post regarding Fissure's retirement. The first thing you'll see if you go on the Seoul Dynasty Twitter account is this big graphic that says "Thank you, Fissure," and then they also left a little bit of an announcement regarding his retirement both in Korean and in English. Let's take a look at the sweet and to the point announcement, and I quote, "We are sad to announce that Fissure will be retiring from the Overwatch League effective immediately. We respect his decision and have mutually agreed to terminate his contract. Fissure has been a devoted member of the team and we wish him great success in the future. #RoarOn." I'm sure this came as a surprise to anybody who hasn't really been keeping up with all the Fissure news lately, but believe it or not, this actually isn't a big shocker at all. For one, there's obviously the fact that Marvel has been the consistent starter for the team for a very long time now, so the likelihood of Fissure getting a lot of playtime in the future was small, but it goes beyond that. His retirement was actually hinted upon on Reddit. In one of his streams, Fissure said the following: "I think I've lost my enthusiasm. I will ask the team for a rest for stage 3 or more. There is also the possibility to extend the rest period or take another job." As you can see from this statement, it's pretty obvious that Fissure was starting to get burnt out, or maybe he just didn't enjoy playing the game anymore. It would seem that his competitive drive to play Overwatch is just non-existent anymore. After reading this post a couple of days ago, I was really hoping that instead of retiring, Fissure would just take some extra time off and then maybe come back at the beginning of Season 3. All of it really does suck when you think about it, because for the longest time, Fissure just wanted to play. That's why he requested a trade from the London Spitfire last year. Gesture was getting all the playtime over him, so he went to the Gladiators. Then he realized he wasn't happy there because he wanted to be on a full Korean team. And even when he finally gets back to a full Korean team, he ends up just getting replaced by Marvel for whatever the reason was. Most people would say that the Seoul Dynasty just prefer to play around Marvel's more passive playstyle, but it might go beyond that now considering the fact that perhaps Fissure was slowly but surely losing his competitive drive. Maybe after stage 1, Fissure just wasn't having fun playing the game anymore, and as a result, his team decided to bench him because they knew there was no point in playing him if he didn't have that competitive fire to really put his team in the best position to win. Marvel obviously had a far greater desire to compete, and that makes a lot of sense when you think about it because unlike Fissure, he wasn't in the league last year. He had to work his way all the way up, and now he wants to prove his worth to everybody else. Don't worry though, guys, there's a lot more we can talk about still because Fissure revealed some interesting things on his stream, and a big time shout out goes to my good friend Cam Runer on Discord. He also goes by the name of Cameron Miller on YouTube because he provided some really good translations for me to share with you guys. Like seriously, I can't thank you enough, Cam. This is amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. But anyway, let's get into some of these details, shall we? Okay, so the first big thing we have to talk about from a stream is the fact that he revealed that a 2-2-2 lock is coming to stage 4. Is there a possibility that he's joking? Yeah, sure. But there's been a bunch of rumors going around lately, so there's a good chance this actually ends up being true, and if that's so, anybody who hates goats can rejoice because DPS is coming back. Well, let's hope this is true for anybody who doesn't want goats to be a thing anymore. But anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that many people are saying to Fissure, "Why would you want to quit? You're making such good money." But he simply said that he's done. He doesn't care anymore. He also said that he was considering retirement at the end of Season 1. So based off of this, it would seem that Fissure actually wasn't all that happy even when he signed with the Seoul Dynasty during the offseason. If he was considering retirement all the way back then I can't even begin to imagine what it was like to have to practice in scrims during stage 2 and stuff. He was probably not having any fun at all at that point. Even though he was kind of unhappy at the end of last year and was considering retirement, he did want to give the Seoul Dynasty a chance, and if it didn't work out and he was still unhappy, then he would just leave. He wanted to give it at least one more try. And now he's at the point where he's not happy at all, and he admitted to that by saying that he doesn't want to endure another whole year of being this unhappy. It just seems like a waste of his time. And that is completely understandable. Yeah, sure, it is sappy. Like, look at me for an example. If I wasn't happy doing this YouTube thing, then I would just stop. Fissure definitely made the right call. It's not worth just sulking around on the Seoul Dynasty when you know you're not going to be happy about it. Just get out of there. If you don't want to be a pro Overwatch player anymore, then don't do it. Nobody's forcing you to. Does this mean that Fissure is officially done being a pro gamer for the rest of his life? Well, we actually don't know. He said that he'd maybe be interested in becoming a pro gamer once again in the future, but I highly doubt it's going to be Overwatch related. After all, Fissure said the following on his stream: "Overwatch was a good game when we first met, but now it's time to break up. Don't worry about Fissure too much in his retirement though, because it would seem that he does have interest in a different career path of some sort, as mentioned earlier in the Reddit post, and also on a stream, as he said he has interest in both game development and maybe even streaming. And as mentioned before, there's also the possibility that he becomes a pro gamer again. I don't know what game he's going to play exactly, but I highly doubt it's going to be Overwatch because of the statement he made before, but there is a small chance that he does come back, as he said he would consider returning if streaming or whatever else he does doesn't make him enough money. But if that's the reason why he's coming back, I don't think it's going to work out for him, and he's just going to be super unhappy again. You can't just play the game because you want the money. You have to have the drive and the desire to compete. And that's basically everything I have to say about this retirement, so now I just wanted to take the time to say thank you. Thank you so much, Fissure, for everything you've done. You've been such an incredible and entertaining player to watch. The way you played during 2018 every single game was legendary, and as a result, many people are considering you to be the best main tank in the entire world. Best of luck in your future endeavors, Fissure. You have it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Also, make sure to let me know what you think of this Fissure retirement down in the comments section. As always, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and until next time, this is ATP, signing out. Peace.